They're off. And a stumble at the start by I'll Stand Taller puts him at the rear of the field. There goes Vittorio up and after the early lead. From the inside, Silver Moon Road's got some speed. Fratelli is up there. Notre Dame, and on the far outside, it's Sumo. A length and a half back to Red Valor. Then we come back another 3.5 to Triple Tap. Then the stumbling I'll Stand Taller, and Heartful of Stars is the early trailer. So they race up the backstretch, 21.64 for this opening quarter mile. And it's Vittorio, Notre Dame, and a 3-wide Sumo across the track with 3 furlongs to run. These two have opened up 3 lengths on Silver Moon Road, who's getting going from 4th. Fratelli's under pressure in 5th. Red Valor has dropped back. Triple Tap is making progress, has 6 lengths to make up, and is starting to gain some ground as they come to the top of the stretch. Sumo takes the lead on the outside and comes to the final furlong in front from Vittorio down the center of the track. Silver Moon Road and Triple Tap are coming. Here comes Triple Tap, rolling on the far outside, and the half-brother to American Pharoah. Triple Tap wins it by about 2.5 in the end over Sumo. It was a photo behind them and a final time of 108.44.
Flying in the first race and flying home. Congratulations to Triple Tap, making his big brother proud out there.
That was impressive. I mean, I thought at one point this horse had no chance. He was going to need the race. You know, he was a little heavy in the post parade, and when Flavien turned him on, he just gobbled up the ground. I have goosies watching that right now.
He's got close to 10 lengths to make up, and they've not even reached the quarter pole. But at this point, right now, Flavien Prat says, let's go. He pins his ears back. He swings 5 wide off the turn. Even at this stage of the game, Christina, you're wondering, is he going to be able to catch Sumo? But right now, you know it's over. Even though he's got 3 lengths to make up, you know that Triple Tap has enough momentum and he's doing enough to get there in the end.
I don't think Flavien even uncocked his stick until the 16th pole, too. And look see the horse's ears? See how one flicked forward and one flicked to the side? That horse was barely in a high cruising gallop. He wasn't trying as hard as he possibly could. He's got more in the tank, Christina.
Isolated replay for you. So as they turn for home, top 3 who had been dueling on the front end are the horses that we're spotlighting right now. Sumo ran a big race, considering that he was on the front end, setting those hot fractions. He was 3 wide. He doesn't quit. He goes on with it, but just not good enough to hold off Triple Tap, who you're going to see in about 2 more strides here.
I like right there where you saw Johnny V give that quick look to the right to see who was coming.
Look at him just having fun. Okay, here is the isolated look at your winner. Scott, this horse is such an athlete. I mean, for a big, strong, heavy type, he moves like a sprinter.
Just the way he levels off. I mean, he's just so streamlined. I mean, you could almost draw a straight line from his back of his rear end up to in between his ears. That's how low he gets. And based on this race and the way that he won this race, routing is going to be his game. I mean, this is an abnormal sort of setup for him, because you look at the fractions, 21-3, 43-3, 56 flat. Those are internal fractions that we never see unless they're running down the hill at Santa Anita. But it's a big day of racing. We expect the track to be a bit quicker. You can see the 2, by the way, stumbling out of the gate. That was the Redham runner. But he had the setup, but the way that he was far back and then made that run, I would imagine that going 2 turns will be the next thing for this half-brother to American Pharoah.
Not only does he probably want to stretch out, I still think he can get better. We mentioned the fact that he had his ears pricked at the wire, so he wasn't fully tapped. But if we could bring it back to the top of the stretch at some point, you can see he was extremely late in switching leads. And when Flavien brings him around the turn, he's starting to lug in just a little bit because he's hanging on that left lead. When Flavien really gets him to move over to his right, it's right as he kind of veers outside of another horse. And that's when he gets that stride, like Scott said, that's just smooth and accelerated. That's just really some greenness for a horse. You know, you have to teach them how to switch leads on cue. They'll do it naturally just because one leg will get tired. But to teach them to do it perfectly is the key. And he's only had, you know, a race or 2 races. So this is what happens. You have to develop this horse. You'll see him on his left lead right now. You see his left foot, it's like whiter, going forward first. He's still on that lead, and then you'll see him right there switch over as he comes on the outside of Silver Moon Road, and that's when he goes smoothly.
You think Part of that, though, was just the momentum. He was going so fast coming around the turn, and he just had to kind of straighten him back up. Could that have led to
Absolutely.
that sort of late lead change like we saw?
Absolutely. With a green horse that hasn't had a lot of racing, because at the time, Flavion's kind of leaning to the left, and when you're leaning to the left, the horse is going to be on their left lead. So it wasn't until Flavian got him kind of lean to the other direction that he knew, okay, I need to switch right now. A more mature racehorse would switch himself because it's almost automatic at the top of the lane because they know they're going to get that extra burst of energy.
And how about Summer Wind Equine and how much this horse and this family means to them, and the fact that they have this mare?
Yeah, Jane Lyon is one of the most wonderful women in all of horse racing.
Agreed.
She does so much for so many charitable organizations. She takes care of her horses like each and every one of them is her baby.